While many people today honor the lives of those lost in the line of duty, this Memorial Day, some people are still hoping for long-awaited answers.
23 ABC's Alyssa Flores brings us the story of a family's decades-long search spanning over generations, finally leading them to the final resting place of their loved one.
That's their squadron picture. Buren's right here.
Anyone in the O'Kane family could tell you the story of their Uncle Buren.
Ray's right there.
At 18 years old, the East High School senior enlisted alongside his Bakersfield buddies in World War II. And not long after, in 1944, he was deployed.
Both ended up on Palawan, Philippines. 2 boys from Bakersfield.
He exchanged dozens of letters with family back home.
His letters to his parents, March 23rd, 1945.
Until one day, his parents received a final letter.
Explaining what happened and that their plane had gone down and they were believed dead.
With the war still underway, the military not able to explain much. Buren was one of 12 seamen in a bomber that was hit by a fighter plane. The letter said he was believed to be dead, and his remains never made it back home.
There was just so much that was kept from us. And we're not bitter about it. We just want to make sure that every effort was made and to try to find the men and recover.
Jeff O'Kane never met his great-uncle Buren, but he could tell you all about him as if he had. Now, even 74 years after his great-uncle's death, he and his family still haven't lost hope that they'll someday bring him home.
Try to bring his remains back. It's a very long shot. But to try to bring him back, I think he deserves that.
That effort started with Jeff's father, Mike.
This is my dad in the memorial at the Philippines.
He traveled to the Philippines and Singapore to learn more.
My dad set out in the late 90s to try to answer those questions, and he did, finding what country he got shot down in, and then meeting people that were on the other plane, the recon plane, and getting pictures and the stories of what happened that day.
Then last year, another big development as the report to Buren's crash became declassified.
We found the pictures of the plane going down in the declassified report. It just it turned into a giant mission that I cannot quit.
That information helping the O'Kanes pinpoint the coordinates where Buren's plane actually went down, Indonesia.
It's just getting someone to go and look.
The O'Kanes have taken their decades worth of research to the Department of Defense.
They met with DPAA and brought them our 127-page research paper.
Since last Memorial Day, the mission to recover the lost plane and seamen has been upgraded to an active pursuit. But the O'Kanes are up against thousands of other families of 72,716 personnel that have yet to be recovered. And that just accounts for World War II.
We're not the only family. We have to just sit and wait.
In the meantime, the O'Kanes have been able to track down others who know this story all too well.
We've located 6 families, men aboard the plane. The most recent one being the daughter of the pilot, Lieutenant Commander Howard F. Mears. She was 9 years old the day her father died. And she is 83 years old now. And it was a very important person to talk to.
Jeff even able to track down 2 men who survived the plane crash and traveled to San Diego and Grand Rapids, Michigan to meet them face to face. And it's those new discoveries that Jeff says keeps the O'Kanes' hope alive, that someday they'll bring their Uncle Buren home.
Oh, it's what keeps us going. I mean, you can never change the fact that they're dead, but it just helps you remember them, I guess, to know what happened to them, to know what happened that day. And just to know that they're not forgotten.
This Memorial Day, Buren O'Kane's relatives continuing to remember.
It's not just a story of my family. It's legend.
In Bakersfield, Alyssa Flores, 23 ABC, connecting you.
And there are a number of services